Hello. Welcome back to another Vortex video. Today we're interviewing a fan game dev, one that we did not interview on the charity stream. This is solely for this video. They are the creator of Once a Place, a upcoming FNAF fan game.
Hello, my name is Emilio, or Millie, and I am a beginner game dev that is working on a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game named Once a Place. I've been working on this game since July 3rd, 2023, and progress at the moment is going pretty well. But yeah, going good.
Could you give a brief description of your fan game and what it entails?
So Once a Place takes place in 1972 at a roadside family diner attraction in Florence, Arizona. You play as somebody. I won't give away anything crazy. But all I will say is you can't really trust anybody. Everyone is kind of, an enemy to themselves. It's
a very interesting description. The specific location, specific year. Is this a story-driven game, or is it more like gameplay centered?
This is 100% like story-driven, 100%. I've always loved like FNAF 4 specifically, like the mini games and stuff. I'm gonna try and implement that as much as I can, because I've always liked that sort of gameplay where it's like a story-driven gameplay. Like there's gameplay, but it's driven by the story. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna try and do that with this game.
Are there any specific standout features of the game, like any specific gameplay mechanics that have not been seen before, or anything of that sort?
We're working on one at the moment for Mari, and yeah, his minigame essentially is, it's kind of like fun with plus trap with balloons. So you have to, in a way, I'll word it like that. It's essentially like fun with plus trap with balloons. So.
Speaking of your characters, we have them on screen. One, I'm assuming, is Murray, the bear, and then we have the rabbit. Could you tell us a little bit more about these two characters?
For one, Murray wasn't always named Murray. In fact, I think at first his name was like Frankie or like Keith or something. So he's been through two different name iterations at the moment. He's transitioned, so he's doing great for himself. And the rabbit is Jasper Jackrabbit. He is obviously, with jackrabbits being mostly native to Arizona, I thought, you know what, it'd be pretty cool to have a jackrabbit instead of like just a bunny for this one. So yeah, he is kind of like, I'll kind of word it in a way where it's like, imagine Fredbear and Spring Bonnie if they were set back at in time 10 years. That's them essentially.
From the render you sent and the one we have on screen, these seem like slightly colorful designs. I don't know if it's just the lighting, but pink and yellow for Jasper, you said it was, correct?
Yes.
My eyes aren't failing. Murray, you also sent us over a cutout of him. Does this relate to the minigame in any sort of way?
It is just a prop, but the balloons, they will have a part, so to speak.
Like I said, plush rubber balloons. Very interested to see that when we show more off. You sent us over the game map as well. Here is the Faraway Diner map. Could you give us a little bit of details on this? So,
actually, the map's been through I want to say around 6 different changes, iterations over the past year. It used to be a lot bigger, a lot bigger. Then I scaled it down to kind of, make it seem a lot more realistic, dimension-wise, size-wise. So it's a lot more balanced now, as opposed to it being a big ass establishment. You know what I mean? There's stuff in the map that I cannot talk about, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course. You can't play all your cards yet. We have a mystical box you sent us. What is this mystical box that says storage. What is it? What does it entail?
You know, I've been wondering the same thing, to be honest. I wonder what that is, what that storage box is, you know? No idea. I just kind of found it one day in my files and, you know, ran with it, so... I want to kind of keep it, like, elusive, so people are like, what the hell is that thing, you know? Like, yeah.
We have another elusive object that this person that they sent to us, that Amelia here sent to us. We have a chair.
Well, specifically these chairs are for a location that haven't been revealed yet, for the show stage. So, as you can see on the map, the show stage and the diner, like dining room, are kind of one and the same. So, it's gonna be like a hybrid, sort of. Imagine FNAF 1, FNAF 2 kind of main area, mixed into like that with the kitchen. That's essentially what that is. I will say now, it was designed by the really talented, my friend Levi, Flebo. He's a new asset manager, modeler, sorry, for the game, and he did a really good job with like texturing everything and like modeling it. Like, yeah.
You have sent us a collage of sprites.
Did I do that? I think I did do that.
Rosie, could you, if possible, could you explain this character, or explain like the purpose of the sprite and where it will be featured in the game, if possible?
So Rosie, let's you know, get a little bit into Rosie's character. So Rosie is I will say important character. I'll say she's like up there with story importance. She's like at the top with the food chain. Yeah, I can't really give much about her. All I can say is that very tragic story. Honestly, very tragic end to her story.
I believe two more. We have the file name was Jasper, but I don't think it was the rabbit you sent us.
No, that is not the rabbit I sent you.
So this is a different Jasper?
That is a different Jasper, yeah, that is true. It's just a big coincidence, really. His name is Jasper as well.
Give us stuff on this guy's character, if possible.
So, his dad is a technician, actually. His dad is very important story-wise, and Jasper is unfortunately another tragic victim to loss. I'll say that. From
what you've talked about thus far, is having a lot of tragic, darker meaning. Is this...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, mature, more, darker than any fan game or just FNAF game in general seen previously?
I would say, in like a general statement, story-wise, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So dark. Gameplay-wise, that's undetermined because obviously it's still being worked on, so I can't really give you all the details there. But I will say, maturity-wise, there is swearing in the game. So be mindful of that if you don't, like, if there's like a kid, if there's like a family watching, hi, first of all. But if you are a family, I recommend that you don't show your kids this game because there is like actively swear words in it. So, yeah.
Well, a mature fan game like that hasn't been. This sounds very interesting thus far. I'm curious. I'm very curious. We have Wesley. I think you said his name was right. Might be talked about.
Wesley is a guy who works at the Faraway Diner, which is where the game takes place. I think I already said this, but the Faraway Diner houses some very interesting people. Wesley isn't one of them. Wesley's a very normal, just chill guy, really. You know, he's very lackadaisical, if that's a word. I think I just made that up, so I'm gonna go with it. But he's very, very chill, very relaxed guy. Yeah. He's also a brother, and his brother is we'll get into him later, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
So those are the three sprites. So will these be contained within mini games because they are, you know, the 8-bit style?
So actually, about that. I'm gonna send you a new sprite right now. I forgot to send you this one earlier, but here we go. So this is Oliver.
Could you tell us a little bit about him?
Oliver is related to Wesley, actually. To some extent. Anyways, they are brothers, they're siblings. Once again, very tragic character. I feel like everyone has a fair share of tragedy in this game. But here's a teaser I will give you. Some have a lot more baggage, if that word mine, baggage than others. Yeah.
That you've shown us. Will they be contained with any mini games or anything of that sort?
Yes, they will be. Oliver, Jasper, and Rosie specifically, they are... How do I say this without giving away too much? They are main plot lines to the game. That is like a big spoiler I can tell you. They are main plot lines to the game. So they're very important to the story. Obviously it doesn't give away too much, but it gives you some leeway into like what they are, you know?
The name Once a Place, does that have any meaning, like, or is it just like a name that you just chose because you, of one reason or another?
Yeah, at first it was kind of just like one of the random options I came up with, but over time it's definitely developed its own meanings. Originally it was titled 1980, so that should probably give you like a good time frame. It takes place in 1972, but it should give you a good time frame of like what the original intent was for this game.
This game, is it mostly point and click, or is it like free roam, or like a sister location style game? Like the, what would you consider that?
So when it comes to that, I feel like it's a mixture of sister location, maybe FNAF 4 sister location, and like FNAF 2, like in like the one thing. Because for some parts you will need to move around to pop some balloons of Maury's to keep them away from getting in the office. So
balloons, the balloons are very important to this guy's character.
They are, yeah. You could say they have some, you know, some other meanings too. Of course, yeah. Other than the gameplay.
You have sent us a couple more things. So, the outside of the diner, very unassuming look. Got the logo, very unassuming place that, as you say, has a lot of tragedy. So, speaking on the just location in general, reasoning for the diner, or is it just like you just wanted to pick that?
No, I just wanted to do something different, really. I wanted to kind of just branch out from the usual, like, checkered brick type building, you know? Because it's in the 70s and this is like their first, you know, attempt at doing something like this, I thought. It's probably a bit cheaper, material-wise, so they're probably using some reuse assets and like wood and stuff like that.
So it's like a more rustic feel.
In a way, yeah. Not entirely, because I will say, not that it's even like a spoiler, but the CEO was like a prodigy at his school, and he was quite rich. His parents were quite rich, so in terms of financiality, I don't think the diner is failing exactly, but you know, it's struggled over the years. I'll say that. You know, had some controversies. You know.
We have 4 more things. So, the storage room. You have sent us...
The storage room, okay.
Just 2 images. So, from what I can see, it is a black room with a light. And there's a little bit of red poking through. And here's the second image where it appears there is a cutout. And maybe an animatronic, or another cutout. I'm not too sure, I'm very blind. Storage room. What is this a camera angle? Is it just a render?
Yeah, this is just a render. Unfortunately, I have to. Okay, so a bit of BTS trickery here. I hid the wall so I could breach through it and get this angle, because otherwise it would go into the wall. So I had to do some magic there, and yeah, the storage room. Let's get into that real quick. Very, and I say very, like, very heavily, very important room. Seriously, it's so important. Like, things happen in this room that, let's just say, would consider, ongoing investigations by police officials. That's even a spoiler. It's literally the storage room. Like, where else would you put dead bodies, you know?
Another room, you have is the office.
Yes, I bestowed upon you the office space. On the walls, you will see there are pictures of some animals, some creatures. On the right, the old model of Mori is there. That isn't lore relevant. Or, well, it's lore relevant, but not like... There's some stuff on the wall that may or may not be important heavily, character-wise. In fact, you can see there is a giraffe, an origami giraffe at the end of the desk. Yeah, that's entirely irrelevant. That's just a little reference to my life-size giraffe that I have in real life in my room. Don't ask why I have a $75 giraffe in my bedroom. I just do, okay? So I added that to the game.
The office. The office
Yep.
gameplay, if you could possibly get a little into that, how will this game operate?
Okay, so like I said before, it's very FNAF 2-y. Not like Ratatouille. It's very FNAF 2-like. You flash the hallway, and the animatronics are either gonna show up or they don't. There's the green buttons on the side of the walls. You can see that they're unlit, but when you press them, you know, I'd imagine either animatronic shows up. You have to defend your way, like defend them from getting in your office, stuff like that. You know. So gameplay-wise, I will say it's nothing groundbreaking, unfortunately. This is my first time making like a fan game. It's very like I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with too much at once, gameplay-wise. But I will say like there's quite a substantial amount of content in the game right now, and it's not even done yet. It's like maybe 10% done, which yeah, a lot of stuff.
For the people who, if you're here, besides the obvious, you know, Vortex content, if you have seen my content, I think everyone knows how I feel about FNAF 2 gameplay, but I'm interested to see how you handle that side of gameplay.
Well, so here's the thing, there's only 2 animatronics in this game, so it'll be a lot less stressful and a lot more manageable than FNAF 2 with like 11 of them.
I think I've saved this for last because I don't understand what it is, but we're the purple koala.
You know, you know that one teaser from Scott where he's like, some things are best left forgotten for now? Some things are indeed best left forgotten.
That is all of the stuff you have to show us. So, diving more into the question territory, we kind of focused on what you had to show. But, is there any time frame that you think that you could get the game out, if any?
Well, not to like disappoint anybody, I only started working on this game last year in July, like literally a year ago. But so I have like a little document that I wrote down with like everything I've gotten done so far. So I will tell you right now what I have written down for that. I have things that have been done, voice lines mostly, characters and or character animations, which I'll probably not going to do because like new environments and stuff. And the Dynamap is done, that's cool. Things that haven't been done, gameplay, mechanics, minigames, assets, and the story is 95% done, but the story is like essentially finished.
Besides like the game, is there any more that you plan to do with this thing that you have built up, or building up, more being more correct?
Maybe one day, if it's possible. It'd be cool to make like a shirt eventually. I don't think it would cost anything, although I don't know how that really works legality wise, so maybe not. But it'd be cool if like people, obviously this is entirely stretching it because I doubt Doc or like anyone like that's gonna see it, but if it does happen, that'd be pretty cool, you know?
That's all the questions from me, and that is all the stuff you wanted to show us. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the interview.
Sorry, before we finish, I would like to show you one last thing, if that's okay. So I got some people to introduce themselves and like what their roles are for the game, and I wanted to kind of show you just a bit of insight into like the people that work on the game, what they're like, you know, stuff like that.
Hello, my name is Lufo. I am a voice actor for Once a Place. To be more specific, I voice the character of Mason Graymond. I also occasionally edit some audio for the game if it just happens to be sent my way, but I'm primarily just a voice actor.
Hello, my name is Ollie. I am a voice actor for Once a Place.
Hi, I'm Poison Pear. I'm a voice actor who is currently voice acting Wesley for the Once a Place project. I got hired pretty early on, and it's been a ton of fun working on this little project. Everyone's really nice, and it's just a lot of fun. If you want to check out the other stuff I've done, I do have a Twitter and casting call, so just check it out.
Hey guys, Millie again. This is a bit more personal and a bit more, not close to home, but a bit more like letting you in on like a secret type thing, you know what I mean? Before Once a Place, was working on another FNAF fan game with my friends. Unfortunately that didn't pan out the way it was supposed to, and so hey, we kind of lost touch, you know. Things didn't go that well. I was pretty demotivated for a while, as an artist and as a very new game developer, to even branch out, to even start thinking of new ideas, because it's like, okay, well, that failed, so I gotta move on now from that, right? I think a couple months passed by, maybe a year passes by. I was on Blender one night, specifically at around, I want to say 2 in the morning, because I'm a freak. Don't at me. I'm better. And I was just making a Fredbear head in Blender. I was trolling my friend a bit. My friend Leon, if you're in the video, or if you watch this video, hello. You're really cool. There's been a lot of people that have stuck with me through the years. Without this game, I do not know where I'd be creatively right now. If I'd even be making a game at all. If I'd be as creative or in the FNAF community as much as I am. I'm not sure. But all that to say, don't give up. I know it's so cliche, but do not give up, okay? Because sure, you can get demotivated and you can lose a lot of passion, but as long as you keep that passion, just a tiny bit of passion, it can go a long way. And you know, as an artist especially, it's like you have to keep that with you, because you can't lose motivation or it'll be gone forever. And thank God I didn't. You know, thank God I didn't lose that. I'll let you guys go now, for real now, but thank you guys for listening to this whole video. It's been very special, and I hope to see you guys maybe in another one. I don't know, I'm not sure. If anyone watches this and wants to interview me again, go for it, I don't mind. You know, more views for me. I'm joking. But yeah, this has been so fun, and I'll let you guys go. For real this time, okay? Bye.